Wait, there we go. Oh shit, I'm live. Okay. Wait, how do I get to my thing? Where's the stream manager? Just gonna wait a little while. Okay. Check my sound. Check my sound. Cool. Well, listen. It's Sunday night. You know, your boy, well, whatever. Just, yeah. I'm just, I'm having writer's block, you know. I'm trying to work, trying to be creative, and it wasn't working, man. So I figured we'll just talk on the old, oh wait, can't show that yet. Anyways, Steve, where are you? Writer's block? Yes. I can't get to my motorcycle. It's blocked by a large object. Also, Steve, my wonderful, and Vadim, my wonderful moderators, how do we do the shit where, like, oh wait, check this out. Okay. So right now, this is what I'm thinking for the Q&A thing. Wait, where's my thing? Here we go. So I'm doing like shitty window captures and stuff, but Vadim was nice enough to collect questions from the Discord. And since sometimes I can't get around to them, I thought it would be good to do a little like layout and and also when also I want to do, wait, I don't want to make this last too long, but I want to do this.
I'll listen to a stream of yours, or maybe it was an interview, and you said it took you a couple of years or something of no real cuts.
Ew. Wow. Yeah. There we go. That's more like it. So we'll do some stuff like that, and then more.
I'll listen to a stream of yours, or maybe it was an interview, and you said it took you a couple of years or something of no real cuts while you are so handsome, Ian.
Thank you. That is what? Okay. Anyways, so this is the design. This is what I didn't do this today, but you know, it's part of the spiel for the Q&As. Also, wait, hold on. Let's see. I have this, but then there's also wait, where's Discord? That's there, but then I can put on the, yeah, see, I'm still working on like how to make the Twitch chat look.
That's pretty neat.
Oh, that's, wait, there it is. Shit. I did a new, subscription animation. I learned how to do that. And I changed the sound. Why is there a giraffe? It's because, I don't know, pretty amazing animal, if you think about it. It's just hanging out. Let's go back to Discord. So, the Discord chat is what I'm going to be focusing on, I think, today for the question and answer. So, or, Steve, you tell me. Oh, the Discord link. Shit. Steve, can you do that? Because it looks like you a little bit. Does it? Thank you. You guys are really nice. Well, I was gonna fuck around a little bit, but I'd rather do Q&A because I can't come up with a damn idea to save my life tonight. And you know what? Over the years, I have learned to not try and force it. So I figured, where's my weed? Did I leave it in the kitchen? Hold on. How long? Okay. All right, I'm back. Okay. Don't fall. Man. man, I didn't shower today. I fucking came up with like 3 terrible ideas. I don't know where the Chug Jug. Oh, here's Chug Jug. Chug Jug's around. We got Chug Jug. All right. So, 2 Gummy Ian. They're actually chocolate sticky. So, all right. Well, let's just go right away to the, shit. What's the Louis Vuitton percussion? I don't know. Some. These are all my favorite loops, like my little ratings, you know? Or like kicks that I like, or... Anyways. Alright. Shit. See, the problem I have, and I'm open to suggestions, is where do... Why don't I just put both chats on top of each other? Oh my god! Okay, that's nice. But in the folder you have opened, I don't know. Okay. Still on the chat screen, Ian. Oh. Thank you. See, your boy is slipping. All right. So, I'm literally drinking out tank ammunition. That's right. All right. Let's do some Q&A, yeah? Should we like, and then maybe like I can even like do things like examples and stuff. Well, I guess we'll start with the, how can I get all my chats in a row? Wait, hold on. Let's hide this shit. Hide player. We don't need that. Dun-dun-dun. In my chat room. How do I, hold on. No. Chat. Pop out. Hell yeah, B. Hell yeah, B. All right, now we got the Twitch chat right next to the Discord chat. Wait, can I put... you know what? Hold on. I'm going to put the Twitch chat up here. Sorry, we're just getting organized. We're just getting organized here. Hold on a second. Oh, God, don't fuck this up, bro. Oh, it's behind the giraffe. It's behind the giraffe. How do I get it over the giraffe? Why is the giraffe on top of everything? There we go. Ah, shit. All right, well, we'll just do one at a time. So annoying. Okay. Lock that. It's so funny that OBS doesn't have an undo button. It's like the bane of my existence. Can I just put the chat over on my screen here? Oh no, fuck that. Okay. Where should we do the... What do you like the most about Look at Her Now? Okay, Look at Her Now should be a different stream, no? All right. I'm gonna do questions from the Twitch chat first. Okay? I have it on my screen, but it's also on the screen. Okay. So, let's start. Let's start some Q&A. This is not... I really hope this stream will be fun, but you know, this is more just like I need something else to do because I just am really being shitty creatively. It sucks, man. All right. Oh, you just started a movie on Netflix? Well, hey, you know, you can come back and watch this later on YouTube if you want. Or if you want, just say in 999. If you got a question or something, I'll get you first and then you go watch your movie. If you want. Do you use sausage fattener often? Yes, I do. Not that often, but sometimes. I've been using standard clip a lot more lately. All right, let's holy shit, there's so many. Okay, there's some good questions here. Okay, when you're trying to get a sonic direction. Okay, let's do, shit. I have underestimated how many people are asking questions at once. This is what the issue is. All right. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Let's make some music. Yeah, that might be the most fun thing to do. I know, right? All right. It's going to be fine, Ian. Thank you. Gosh, I can still get nervous doing this shit. All right, I'm going to start from the top. There is this wonderful question right here. Wait, can I show that on my Twitch? Okay, I'm going to put it on the other screen. So, someone asked, oh, you know what I want to do? Hold on, can I do this and then make a new window? Does that work? Does that work? Okay, okay. Check it out. I have an idea. Watch this. I have an idea. It's Joey Pepe asked, bada bang, bada boom. When you're trying to get a sonic direct... Can't you see I'm busy? Oh, it's D. FaceTime audio, man. I think I can throw you questions. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. How do I, wait, you know what hold on a second. Let's go to the hold screen for a second in case there's any, like, numbers and shit on my, FaceTime. You know what I mean? Hold on. Oh, I think it's going to stop my, no, didn't stop my camera from working. All right, Steve, call me. FaceTime me. I'm going to try to answer it on here and we'll see if it works. Or FaceTime audio me. I think. Let's try it. Oh, my God, your email is on everything. Oh, my God. All right. Now here comes a text. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is there, this is going to be difficult. There's probably going to be like delay and, I don't know. How do I move this screen? There we go. All right. Well, I was going to do this thing where I put like the question on the, thing, but maybe that's not the best thing to do. Oh, he couldn't even hear me. Steve, this is creepy. All right, fuck that. Forget that. Let's just go questions in the Twitch chat. All right, everyone who asked a question when we first started, you gotta ask again, okay? Steve, I think it was a valiant attempt. Okay, but we're gonna go on the Twitch chat questions. I gotta bully Albert. I can't leave you in. No, Albert doesn't bully me. He just kind of plays with my emotions. Yeah. All right, here's one. Bada bang, bada boom. Mabon Official asks, do you mostly work in sessions, then post-produce, or do you usually get vocals sent to you and then produce? I do not get vocals sent to me very often unless it's a song that someone wants me to reproduce. Most of the time, I'm working on songs that I have started writing with the writers in the room.
That's pretty neat.
That was there it is. There's my subscription animation. So most of the time, and also like I'm kind of a diva now, like where if someone wants me to like reproduce a song, like I'll try to get like, you know, involved in the writing part if there's parts that I don't like of the writing and stuff, and you know, but most of the time, I'm starting songs from scratch. Although it's not to say like in early on, I used to find acapellas of Beyonce songs I hadn't heard, and then where I hadn't heard the original, I just had this acapella. It was like some weird acapellas for you website, like a long time ago. I don't even know if it's still up, but I used to build tracks around acapellas of the songs I hadn't heard originally. So that was a good way to like get inspired for tracks. All right. Albert is at a Trump rally right now. Fuck, I'm scared of him. Okay. Breakdown and Push My Luck. I think that's online already. Favorite TV show lately? Let's delete this first of all. By the way, this program is so beautiful. I think it's called IA Writer. It's for like people that write scripts. It's all like simple and shit. It's amazing. Best vibe comp plug process for live bass in an electronic track. Well, let's go over that. Okay, actually, yeah, this could be the way to do it, because I do want to like, you know, go in depth. So like, here's the question: bada bing. Okay, I'll show you. Wait, let's move this little microphone here. There you go. Okay. Cool. So, how do we... Oh, you know what we should do? Yes, I do run... Oh, man, this is tough. There's a lot of questions. Okay, we got to take them one at a time. So, I'll show you my normal process. We'll start with good old Scarby, the best fucking bass best there is. Dyslexic ass. You know, well, let's just pretend. I mean, these all sound great, but let's just pretend for a second here. Okay, so it depends on the song, right? But if you want like some... Okay, I have to change that. As of recently, I've been in love with Wolf, okay? Because this lo-fi, I don't know if you can really hear it. Oh my God. I'm gonna stop that. Wolf compressor, this little low-hi thing rounds off high end really nicely. And the compression, see a little grind, little grit. Very nice. Now, look, it depends on the song. You know, if it's like a very Tame Impala kind of, you know, dark thing, then I'll probably use Wolf. If it's... What else would I use? I mean, less is more kind of for the bass. It's not really I mean, I guess, you know, I don't know if I like necessarily recommend this, but like 1176 is nice too, because if you really want like, well, in the back of a track, it'll stand out really well. If you can, like, I use the 1176 basically for when I really need control over my attack and release. So honestly, there isn't much more I'll do to bass. Like, this bass already sounds pretty good, so I'll compress it and maybe, you know, put a sidechain for the, you know, duck out for the kick or something. But that's for the most part. I hate to let you down, but it's going to be pretty simple for bass. All right. What steps have you taken in your workflow to aid? Here, this is a good one. Let's go here. 7-page asks, what steps have you taken in your workflow to aid in getting to ideas quick? Wait a minute, we're not doing the thing. Hold on.
7-page. What steps have you taken in your workflow to aid in getting to ideas quicker so that you can work more comfortably with the artist? If this makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. I'll show you. I did this a little bit last time, but I'm just going to take my Finder off screen because I'm scared there's like things that are incriminating, but I don't actually have anything that's incriminating. So I'll show you what I do going into a session, what I'll bring into a session if I really... What was the thing I called it? Bounce CPR reference. Okay. So like I'll have a directory of starts that, you know, that again, they can be like, some of these are just a drum loop, you know, and like it's, you know, I won't necessarily come up with these for the artist, but like maybe I'll have like, I'll be working on something or I'll be trying to, you know, come up with an idea and I'll be like, oh, this is a cool drum sound. So I'll just bounce a little loop of it. And like, it's sometimes easier, I think, in sessions when you have a little bit of something to present, like, or, you know, not a full idea though, because I don't like imposing, you know, an entire, here's a verse chorus and an idea that I have. Like, I want to, you know, my job is to be the chameleon and like do what the artist wants to do, right? And try to make that work. So like, for instance, you know, I could have, let's see, like right now I was just playing around with Scalar and this Xenology synth. So it's like, for instance, I'll be like, oh, you know, I was just playing around with this like all the lights kind of sounding like, you know, and like that'll be, you know, where we'll start from. I just like to have something, like whether it's a production model, a track, a little bullshit, you know, this is just like a track. Whatever. I have a lot of these that are just very simple. These are just chords, you know. Can't play that. Wait, can I play this one? This one's fucking sick. I've tried to write to this, or we've tried to write to this a bunch of times. Never gotten a good one yet. But a lot of people like this one, but it just never, I don't know. I think there's tracks that are like interesting to listen to, and then there's tracks that are good. There are good sonic tracks, and then there's good canvases to write songs on. And if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, start trying to figure out the difference, because I'm still trying to figure that out. All right. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self? Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. Ooh. Any tips for staying on track when finishing an album? Adderall? I don't know. Coffee? Fuck. Oh. Here's a pretty relevant to the time question. I love this.
I have some remote sessions coming up next month and have never done those. Any tips?
You know, I don't have any tips because I tried to do it and I think I'm just too much of a dinosaur. Like, I just need to be in the room to vibe. But if I had to, I would. It's you can't really vibe online because everybody's off because of latency. So I would say have a couple like, you know, rough things started. But fuck, man, I heard that like Ryan Tedder just crushes at the online stuff, and like Ross Skolin loves doing online sessions. I don't know what it is because I haven't figured it out yet. It's too hard for me. I'd rather just, I guess, everyone gets tested and is, you know, responsible for now. All right. Ryan. Oh, Ryan, what's up, man? Ryan asks. Dun, 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 dun.
When you speak about writing songs, you speak of a starting lyric type thing. Could you talk more about it?
When you speak about writing songs, you speak of starting lyric type thing. Could you? Okay, Ryan, we're going to work on our syntax, our grammar. When it comes to lyrics, though, I will tell you this. That's not my strength. I'm good at, I think I'm good at the ideas behind the lines, you know, rather than the actual words themselves. I think lyrics are the hardest part of the songwriting, but like, you know, I'll always, my ideas sound more like, you know, what's, you know, we'll simulate a story and it'll be like, you know, it'd be great to say something that means this, or like the gist of the, you know, like when we were writing Don't Start Now, most of those lyrics are Emily and Caroline, you know, but like once the track is like started, you know, I'll pace around the room and like, you know, we were like trying to figure out how to fit, you know, Don't Start Caring About Me Now. And it's like, you know, I had the idea to like split the word up instead of like trying to fit it. We were trying to come up with like different syllables to like, and it like never like fit. So an idea like caring about me, like that's like, you know, the things that I'm better at is like the, you know, shit like splitting up words, or, you know, like I think the "you know how" line was my line. That was like one of the only few I wrote. And it was like, you know, that just came from conversations. It's like, yeah, you know, walk away. Like, you know how to abandon people. And it's like, we'll talk about that. And then, you know, Emily or Caroline will sit there and be like, oh, we can fit that in like this. And then she'll sing it. And it's like, that's great. So I'm better at like the idea behind the lines, but obviously my strength is sonics. So I'm nothing without the songwriters. Let's find another one. Any tips for keeping the mix process concise and organized? No, but if you have any, please tell me, because I am fucking drowning. All right, let's go. When you speak about writing songs, oh no, we already went over that one. Reminder, Ian is slightly ADD and will get lost in questions. Steve, goddamn it, I don't need you making excuses for me. Okay. Why do you say I can't play this? Because that idea is something that is being worked on, and I should take it out of that directory. All right. Let's go down to the bottom. Do you recommend? Oh, here. Let's. Oh wait, I think we already answered a question from you, but whatever. You have great questions. Do you recommend getting a what? Fuck me. Dun 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 dun.
Do you recommend getting a pub deal early on as a producer? Or just write produced songs and email them around and hope for it be good? Or try to find new artists and write and produce tracks and hope for them to become something big?
Okay. This is where me being a dinosaur kind of hurts me. Back in the day, the transition for me, I started as a producer of bands. We had me and my now manager had a shitty studio that we would record local bands. And eventually those bands, like this band's on drive-through records or small like record labels. And so then we'd build relationships with the labels. The other route that a lot of people do is like developing an artist. You know, I mean, sending out songs is tough because everyone is sending out tons of songs all the time. And it's hard for me to listen to all the songs. You know, I have an email that people send demos to, and it's like, 30 songs a day. And sometimes I'm like, a month behind on listening, which is frustrating, but it's, here's the idea that my manager and I had to get a good band, to record a good band to present to a label. We decided to do a battle of the bands. We were like, we're going to go to the Warped Tour dates in Pomona, San Diego, Ventura, Pomona. We went to like a bunch. We followed Warped Tour around California and had like a sign-up sheet, and we made a prize. Like, if you win this, battle of the bands, then we'll give you 5 songs for free, recording at our great studio, which wasn't that great. And we got like reached out to like an A&R from Atlantic, like, hey, will you be a judge? And this person here is like some manager. We just lured people in, and then eventually we found a band. The band that won the competition almost got signed to Atlantic Records, and the deal fell through because of whatever reasons. Shit always falls through. But now we had a relationship with Andrew Luffman who was at Atlantic at the time, who's not at Atlantic anymore. I don't know. Everybody switches around, but like that was the first connection, that like really led to. And then those A&R guys will remember you and be like, oh, his production was cool. Damn it. His production was pretty cool, but the band wasn't. But I want to remember this guy. So when I have a new artist that I just signed and really want to, give a shot to, I'll use one of these like smaller producers to do a few sessions and like try them out. Or you know what? Mike Karen from APG used to send me Jason Derulo acapellas and be like, hey, reproduce under this. And like, this is during like a 2-year period of me transitioning from being like a rock band producer to like a one-off producer of songs, pop songs, and writing for artists. And like he would, send me an acapella, and I would do like a relatively shitty job, and I'd send it back to him and be like, hey man, I think this is awesome. What do you think? And I wouldn't hear back because it just wasn't that great, or it was like overproduced or whatever. And then like a month later, he'd hit me again. He'd be like, yo, I got another one for you. Like, he knew I had potential, but it took me a while to kind of figure it out. But that's all I have for that, because I know things are different now 10 years later, All right. Consistency in workflow. Ugh. Okay. I have to think about this one, but let's go. Pop Stranger. What's up, bro? Can you talk about consistency in workflow? Like, do you sit by yourself? Oh wait, we got to do the reading thing. Sorry.
Can you talk about consistency in workflow? Like, do you sit yourself down to work at the same time every day, or have a pattern of working, or just wing it?
Look, when you're on your own schedule, when you work for yourself, like anyone that's in any business for themselves, if you don't make some sort of routine, I think it's detrimental, because I try to, it's not like I have any real numbers, but it's like I try to be working by, noon, and I try to keep it to like 8 or 10 hours a day. Sometimes I go later, but I have what's it called? A regime. Regime? I have a fucking routine. That's what it is. I have a routine. And I stick to it. But for the most part, I've stopped trying to like force things that much. Like if I'm just not feeling creative, like which has been the case millions of times, I'll just do something else, Like I know that I'm in a dip, and I'm going to wait for a time when I'm in a peak again and like when I'm feeling inspired and shit. So, and when I can't do that, when I have a session and I'm not feeling great, I'll fucking wing it and I'll sweat and be nervous and hope it goes well. And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. There's no secret. What's pubbing mean? Wait. I don't know. What else? Steve, you're going wild in the chat, bro. It's amazing. Pubbing myself. Yeah, you don't need... look, if you... Actually, that's not important. Whatever. Okay. How did you make the lead in Back to You? Fuck. That's an old one. It's like 7 or 8 things. I could do a stream on that song. That would be a fun song to do a stream on, where I could show you everything on there. I don't know. All right. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh my God, this is a big question from the Discord. Let's throw this one in here.
This is what would be helpful for upcoming producers like me. How do you work through producing a song? Do you first start with an idea groove sound? And then add bass or drums or whatever? How do you find good sounds? Do you just flip through a million presets until something hits you?
There's no... Oh, fuck. I feel like a lot of these answers are so disappointing to people. I wish there was a more generic process, but it varies. Like usually, I'll be in the shower or taking a piss or something, and I'll be like, ooh, it would be really interesting to use Scalar with that new synth I downloaded, and like I'll think of a mix of elements to combine, and then I'll sit down and do that. Or like, today I want to focus on the guitar, so I'm gonna like, take out the telly and try to get a tone that I love, like. But it doesn't go beyond that. Or it's like I downloaded a bunch of new splice packs, and I'll just, go through the stuff I downloaded by, going by date created on the media bay, and I'll be like, oh, I haven't really, fucked with these drums, but I downloaded them last week. So, that's another way I start sometimes. Like it's there's no default answer to that, unfortunately. Okay, Steve with the hard-hitting questions here. Let's do it. Let's do it, Steve. I'm going to entertain this question because you're a great guy. Oh, I love the emoji. Let's hear it spoken because I don't even want to say the word.
Can you tell me what your favorite part about CLA is and why it's your favorite?
Well, next question. All right, that was great. That was awesome. That was really sweet. Okay, so what are your favorite Cubase packs? I don't know what a Cubase pack is. Oh, you mean like a splice pack maybe? Definitely the Oliver stuff. Oliver's pretty much made my career. All that stuff. The Boy Wonder shit is great. Super great. Love that stuff. How do I stop turning my speakers too loud? Ooh. You know what I have to do to avoid hurting your ears? By the way, save your fucking ears. Okay. Breakdown blackout. This is going to sound really dumb, okay? But here's how I help my ears. I literally take, like the volume knob for my headphones is far away. It's like way over here. So I put the volume knob far away so I don't keep adjusting, turning things louder and louder and louder. And it's like, I'll literally keep my L2 on screen like this, or you can't see it because it's behind the video, but I'll keep my L2 on screen and I'll just like lower the ceiling so that I work at like a lower volume. Got to be careful with your ears. Oh, I forgot to show the question and everything. Whoops. All right, let's see. How do I stop? Yeah, I use Ableton. Nice. Will you be getting free CLA Echo Sphere? Oh, sorry, I just got a bad taste. You definitely used Oliver on Want to Want Me. Wrong. 2015. Wait, when did Splice start? I think that was before Splice. When did Splice come around? Pretty sure I didn't. Pretty sure Want to Want Me. Oh, you know what Want to Want Me was? I still remember the here, check it out. I remember the drum sound. Derulo. It's too hot to sleep. Damn, that took a long time to load. All right. It was, where is the normal library? Alphabetical pop kit. Oh, wait. There it is. There. Wait. There's Want to Want Me's drums right there. Simple. Good kick snare. Would you buy me a notebook to produce music? Where is the Mitch? Hi, Mitch. Why are you watching my stream, Mitch? Now I'm gonna get nervous. Mitch Allen is one of the writers on Want to Want Me. Well, hello, Mitch. What are you doing watching the stream? Gosh. Miss you, love you. Ooh, here's a fucking big one. Here's a big one. Oh, I don't even know if I can talk about this shit. Without getting into numbers, can you discuss any of the financial side of things? Does the real money come from royalties, pub deals, producer fees, combo? The real money comes from publishing, always. Having a song that charts on top 40, you'll make some money. You'll make, look, so I feel like there's always these gaps in knowledge, and it's like people are taboo about dollars and stuff, and that's understandable. But like, let's go back to the time of Blackout. That was a song that I had, what was my percentage on that? 33 maybe? Maybe 33%. It got up to number, I think 13 on top 40. And I think I made like $50,000 or $60,000 in royalties. And that was the first time I'd ever seen publishing royalties. And I was like, I remember I was driving to Vegas and my mom called me and was like, you got a check in the mail for 30 grand. I'm like, what? Like, because Blackout had like, was going off, and that was the biggest thing ever for me. And that was just like, holy shit, this is where, that also like got me so, enamored with the idea of like writing hit songs, which I would thought, well, this is going to be great. What a great start. And then it was like, Blackout got me a bunch of meetings with good writers. I met Bonnie, I met Cash, I met all these people, and then, kind of fell off for a year and a half, 2 years, and I underestimated how difficult pop music was. So, look, royalties is where the money comes from. Obviously, fees, production fees are great, but I'm not like the kind of, there are certain producers that will charge exorbitant amounts. Different labels have different size budgets, and if I love the artist, I will usually just do whatever whatever the label wants within reason to pay as a production fee, because I also recognize that, I do want to write the song with the artist. And if it's a single, like, I'm always going for, it's not for the money, obviously, but I'm always like hoping deep down that, it's something that'll be fruitful publishing wise. So, and with respect to like pub deals, like, no, that's not for me. It hasn't. I know new writers now that get like, $1 million publishing deal. I don't understand it, because when I got a publishing deal, it was like 50 grand in 2010, and of which I only got, I think, 25 up front. due to the MDRC and like how my deal was structured, and it was structured around being a producer for bands. So it was like a different deal. I was like a top line writer, you know. It was also a different time, and you know, for me, 50 grand at that time, I was like, holy shit, this is it. Like, I could pay rent for, you know, forever. So I guess that's as much as I can say comfortably. I don't know. I hope my manager doesn't fucking see this and get mad at me or something. My ears hurt after a full studio day. That shouldn't be happening? ? No, that shouldn't be happening. You gotta be careful, man. All right, let's go down. Let's scroll down. How far do you go? Oh, here's a good one. I love this question. Wait, there we go. Bada bing. Speech.
How far do you go about music theory?
Why did it do a different voice? Maybe because of the shortcut.
How far do you go about music theory?
Well, what if I do them at the same time? Ready?
How far?
Oh, canceled. Okay. Music theory, I'm terrible with it. I can play the keys decently, maybe enough to write a song. But here, I'll show you a really fun tip that I use all the time. Let's just go to a... I take an hour to find the synth sound for an example. All right, whatever, it's just a piano. Like, I play, you know, basic chords, right? But what I'll do is, like, if a song is not in... this is embarrassing. If a song is not in... Like, if the root of a song is, you know, B flat major, which I don't think is a fucking key. I don't know, whatever. You know, it's... I'll switch that to C with Cubase, so that this note is now middle C. Sorry. So all the white keys are now that key. That's what I do to help myself out theory-wise when I'm in a session and the song is not in C major. Or, as you see, I use tools like Cthulhu and Scalar, which are, you know, I'll show you. I mean, they like... I would never play these chords. And they have all these like incredible little performance thing, which is like strumming, which, check this out. This is fucking insane. Oh, you know what we should do? We should get like a guitar sound, because that would be very nice. Let's see, guitar. Dun 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 dun. Nylon guitar, perfect. Ooh. Okay, so like Scalar 2, for instance, does a thing called strumming, which will alternate the direction of the chord and can also the rate. You know what this sounds really good for? Oh, I think I saved... Did I save a preset? I think I did. Hold on, let me see if I can load... No, don't risk it. Don't risk it. Okay. Let's go to like, oh, you know, I'll just load it here, like marimba or some shit. Like, that's a cool up and down kind of thing, you know, the strumming thing. So I'll use all these tools. I was going to get lost in that for a second. I use all these tools to you know, I use technology to help where I lack in... pretty neat. I know, where I lack in knowledge. So that's... And also, shit, sorry, I'm a drummer first. So I can fool people into thinking I know how to play instruments because I have pretty good rhythm. But that's pretty neat. I know. It's just, you know, that's what it is. All right, let's go on. Okay. Do you believe that the music will speak for itself? Oh, this is man, you're asking some good questions. I feel like I've answered like 10 of your questions though, but they're good questions. Wow. That's pretty neat. I know. I like the other voice.
Do you believe that the music will speak for itself if it is good enough? Or do you think it needs to have a big team behind it in order to make something big?
They're not mutually exclusive. I am a huge believer in music speaking for itself, because despite what, I mean, of course, there's some politics in the music business, but it's not that politics. I don't think most of the time infringes or even gets close to the actual songs. Like politics in the industry will be like, you know, a bad experience working with someone and then not working with them again. Like that's kind of the extent of what I've experienced from, or what I've heard about of people's experience with like politics and business. I'm a big believer, and maybe being idealistic or whatever, and whatever the term is.
That's pretty neat.
Is it? But I'm a believer in the quality of the song, and like I think that maybe this is my own mantra that I just do for my own sake. But I have this voice in my head that's like a really great producer would be able to, be that way, where like the music would speak for itself. Because I never really believe in networking or like, I always thought, this is gonna sound, well, I psyched myself up to think like, no, I'm better than that. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, oh, the industry is just, making excuses. It's like, if people aren't calling me back, it's because, the shit's just not good enough, and from, things like Mike Heron not answering an email that I sent him back on something I worked on for like a week that just was shitty. And like, I don't take it personally at all. It's just like, yeah, dude, I'm trying to compete here, and if I'm not getting his attention, I'm just happy for another shot, honestly, I used to go to his office. I used to go to Mike Heron's office, and I'd play him tracks. And I'd be like, oh, here's one I like, and he'd listen to it. And then I'd stop it. I'd be like, yeah, so, and he would kind of just sit there. And he wouldn't say anything. And I'm like, and I would get really uncomfortable. And I'd be like, all right, well, here's another one. Like, I thought that was like such a fucking cool way to like, it was just so to the point and like real, and I like appreciated that so much. And then and then when I played one that he did like, he was like, oh, that's cool, send me that. And I was like, fuck yeah. So here's the other side of that question. Do you think it needs to have a big team behind it? It does help when a label pushes a song, but I've had songs where, the president of the label, without saying any names, has called me and like, we're taking this straight to radio. This, he or she has all these things happening. We're doing this Pepsi thing or blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm making that up, but like all these, we're taking it to radio. We have a $300,000 budget for a big video. You get hyped up, like this song is going to be our single. They put $1 million behind all the marketing and stuff, and the song just flops. So, but then there's like very talented radio people that, and I'm not too knowledgeable on this side of the business, but obviously there is some strategy in that, and I just, especially with today and the internet being so, streaming being so like the default way of listening to music, I think that, back in the day it was Hype Machine was like the internet, was the aggregate of like the most blogged about songs. And that was like a fun way of finding popular songs that weren't popular because they were just underground shit that everyone was blogging about. And like some algorithm went through the blogs and said, oh, this song got talked about the most of all these songs, so it's number one. And like, I think that, shit like SoundCloud and stuff like that, like, it's almost like the people dictate the popularity, So I don't know if a big team is necessary anymore. All right. Sorry for bloviating. That's a word, yeah? Okay. Fuck, we are so behind. I just want to thank you a lot because when I feel pressure about making music, I watch your stream and it gives me comfortable. It makes me happy. I'm glad. Oh, that is such SJY8958. Fucking, this is the reason I do it. That's so nice of you to say. And I'm glad, because what you can do is go watch my stream and be like, well, if someone this shitty can fucking do it, there has got to be the possibility for me to do it, right? I'm telling you, we aren't that different. I've just been doing it longer. That's it. This is a go sound come from. Oh, ooh, this is a good one because I can pull it up right now, I think. Dun, 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 dun. Let's read it.
Ian, I have one question, and I'm sorry if y'all have answered it, but where does the go sound from Look at Her Now come from, and why does it sound so good?
I'm pretty sure, well, I hope this works out, but I'm pretty sure I can I rate it or something? Oh, hold on a second. Ooh, let's see if we can just. No, it crashed me. It crashed Cubase last time. All right, fuck it. Let's just. Oh my god. Get this off screen. Get this off screen. Okay, I'm gonna open up Lookator now. And I'll find it because you were so sweet. Oh, it's called LAHN. That's right. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm just gonna do a quick. I'm gonna grab the go. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, I gotta remember where it is. It's after the bridge. So that would be like. Where is it? Where is it? All right, fine. I'll load the project. This might crash Cubase. I apologize. But we'll just open it back up. These are old projects. All right. Okay, hold on. We're gonna load this and then. Oh, Steve. I have an idea. Can you? In the. Whoa. Is there a talkback? Hold on. Let me mute the talkback. Hey. All right. Let me see this. First of all, where's the mixer? Let's turn the volume down. This shit's gonna be loud. Look at it now. Oh, it's printed. Damn it, Ian. Okay, hold on. Let's find an earlier version. I'm gonna find it. See, this is how OCD works. It's like now I have to fucking do it, or else I'm gonna. Don't activate. What is it? Measure 60. Aha, measure 69. What? Gross. Where is it? Oh, I didn't put it in. I didn't have it in at this stage. Okay. Damn it. I feel like I know where it is, though. It's like... Wait, what is it? It's like... Oh. HK... Wait, HK Voke. Oh, we were really testing my memory here. 104 Jewish Kid?
Hey, where is little Stanley?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Ow.
I use these a lot. This is HitKit. You remember the HitKit thing that we always talked about? I love these.
Somebody shut that place down.
1.
Whoa, I need to use these for wait, let me see. HK Voke Go. Is there a go?
Go!
No, that's not it.
Go!
Oh, that could be it.
Go! Go!
Yeah, that's it. I think it had to be pitched up then. Right?
Go!
Yeah, so it's
Go!
pitched up and sped up too though. So it's
Go!
yeah. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Go!
Oh, let's use tape so it actually just pitches it.
Go! Go! Go!
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Probably cut off the big... Oh, this is a manual compression thing. See how the... Here, check this out. See how the G is all loud on the waveform? You see this? Right here?
Go!
Remember the other day we were talking about like doing like manual compression kind of thing? So like... I left the beginning of the... First of all, I cut off the beginning.
Go!
So... Let's make it even shorter.
Go! Go! Go!
Actually, take it off tape. Time.
Go! Go! Go!
There. Now we're closer to where the actual sound was.
Go!
Then I'm doing a manual compressor. I'm like faking a compressor. I'm gonna lower this part of the sample.
Go! Go!
Like that's the extreme version.
Go!
And then, well, crossfade, which is like your attack time, I guess technically.
Go! Go!
Like that's a compressor with a slow attack, right?
Go!
So it's kind of, this is an extreme example.
Go!
I think it hits because it does that.
Go! Go! Go!
Also, that feels like it's super compressed. This is a bounce from Old Soothe. I don't have that anymore. Anyways, so it's from HitKit. That's the short, long answer. Compression is a guy. That's correct. That's correct. You could tell it's an Aspen because of the way it is. Yes! Fucking nature walks. That's pretty neat. All right. Oh, Steve, I was gonna say you could put the good questions in the Discord, or maybe in the mod. I don't know. Whatever. All right. Let's see what else we got. Timer app for the Mac. Oh, interval timer. That's the one I use. That's but I don't use it anymore because you can't put an interval timer on creativity. All right. What else? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Hold on. Oh, you're a repeat offender with the good questions. 7-page. How do you know when you've done enough? This is important. How do you know when you've done enough on a track? How do you know when to stop or when to cut things back? Okay. Whoa. How do you know you've done enough on a track? How do you know when to stop, when to cut things back? Bars, son. You didn't have to wrap your question, bro. That's like overachievement. Here's usually how it goes for me with respect to that. One, I'm never going to walk on the top line, you know? The point of the song is not the producer, it's the artist, it's the songwriting, it's the information being conveyed. Which brings me to an even better point regarding this. Think of your song and think of what you have in it as a certain amount of information. You can't just throw a book at someone and hit them in the head with it and be like, know this. You can't do that. You know, you can't just the rate of information can't be too high. You know, you got to give it to them page at a time, you know, or it's like, am I presenting too much shit? Like, is there too much ear candy? Is it distracting from, like, what's the point of this song? What's the point of this section? You know, like, think about, you know, like, when you were writing the song and you were just playing it pianos and vocal and you were like, damn, this is dope. Remember that feeling. Because now you've been working on it for 4 hours and you're like, fuck, I'm so bored. You know, I'm going to add this and I'm going to add that. And I'm gonna add. No, man. You're only bored because you've been working on it for 4 hours and it's familiar to you. Because then you listen to it with fresh ears, and this is what happens to me all the time. You listen to it with fresh ears, and you're like, holy shit, this is overproduced. This is too much shit. This is too much information at once. What happened to the song, you know? So, without even getting too technical, if all you ever think about is rate of information you're delivering, when to give new information, where to put information, like, I remember in New Rules, in the verse, the little, little shit in between sections was because there's a big gap in time, and it was like, you know what, I can do something there. I could put like a vocal echo. I could do something, or maybe I can make it a little moment, you know. And I tried to make it a little moment. So, and that didn't strike me as too much information at once. It was just the right amount of information, you know. So, to sum it up, it's easier to think. That's pretty neat. I know. It's easier to think of it like how, in terms of rate of information, and how much information you're giving someone at once. It's like, once someone knows the hook, by the time you get to the second chorus, maybe I can introduce a harmony, or like maybe I can introduce a little tambourine. Like, that's some new information. You know, if you just think of it like information, it helps. And, you know, don't get in the way of the song. You want to lift up the top line. You want to present the song. You want to reflect, you know, the feeling of the lyrics, and you want to, you know, get people lost in that moment. And, you know, I remember total tangent, but I remember when I saw Avatar way back in the day. I went to go see Avatar in 3D, and holy shit, did that ruin it for me. Like, I love that movie, but it was some emotional scene when, like, fucking they were talking to Yahweh or the fucking tree, and it was like the end of the movie, and I'm just in it, and then this little fucking flying thing just comes up all 3D in front of me. I'm like, oh god, what the fuck is that? Totally took me out of the moment. And I was like, I always thought of that when I thought of like, you know, production threatening to like fuck up the moment of a song, or just to fuck up the song or the lyric, or just to distract from the point, you know? I'm so paranoid of that. So, rate of information. And also fresh listening, you know, listen fresh. And, thank you. Okay. If you want. Up to you. Whichever ones you think are good. Sorry, I'm just doing a drug deal. All right, let's go. Let's move right along. I'm just gonna scroll down. How are we doing in terms of? All right. Next question. Go into detail about how you mix vocals. You know what? That's a pretty in-depth one, though. I wonder if we could. Oh, watch. Want to see Cubase crash? Hold on. For some reason. Yep. This is not the fault of Cubase. There's so many versions, and I mean, that project's old as shit. Yeah. So, hold on. Let me open this up and then move it over. Bum, bum. All right. So, all the lights, bitch. Why I call it that? Sorry, I'm just gonna open this project back up and see if it. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Are you gonna do that thing? There are certain plugins that just do not gel with Cubase. Like Valhalla's Vintage Verb. I don't understand why, but sometimes when the first project I load has Vintage Verb on it, it'll crash Cubase. Or Retro, the RC20. So anyways, while that's loading, did you enjoy your pizza? Yes, I did. It was great. Oh, nice. You didn't crash. Good job. Okay, back to the questions. Ooh, this is a good one. Damn, this is a really good one. This is some... And I'm not spilling any tea when I answer this. Let's speak it. Let's speak it with the computer guy.
What do you do when you feel a session is going south? Or how long spending on an idea before moving on?
That is a damn good question. So at this point, I don't work with that many new writers very often. So working with people you work with a lot, it makes that process easier. Because when a song just sucks, it's like we go, fuck it, you know, or like we'll start something new. It's easier to do that with people you're familiar with. If I am in a session where maybe, oh man, you know, there's times when the writer and the artist aren't getting along. I'm pretty neutral, you know, I'm pretty easy to get along with. I'm like a chameleon, you know. I'll go alpha, I'll go beta whenever I need to. I'll be the punching bag in the room, you know, whatever it takes to get the song out, you know. Call it psychological manipulation, I guess. But in essence, I'm just being a nice guy, you know, and like trying to keep everyone happy. You know, I feel like that's part of the, you know, if I'm hosting the session in my house, it's like, you know, you want some water? I don't know. Like you want to, you know, I'll try to help the vibe. But when a session is going south and it's beyond saving, at this point, I just make peace with it. And I'm like, you know what? There's too many things about this song I don't like. So either I'm wrong, I'm the you know, the odd one out. So I'm definitely wrong because maybe I'm working with someone I trust. So I'll trust them. Or two, it's just a session. It's just one day, you know, it's all good. It happens. Most sessions don't go south, but they certainly don't result in a hit. You know, and you know, when it comes to like an idea, when spending time on an idea, my biggest problem is I think like my obsessive compulsive tendencies make me want to like flush something out and just keep digging and digging and digging. So for me now, you know, I don't have like a specific amount of time, but if I catch myself digging and I'm like, hold on, could this ever be anything for, you know, if say I was trying to come up with stuff for Lizzo, like, could this be anything for Lizzo? No. Okay, stop. I'll just stop there. That'll help me justify moving on to another idea. But it's a little heartbreaking and it's definitely hard. All right. I'll tell you. Okay, here's a good one. Sorry, I'm not really good at using this program yet. Okay. Does each artist have their own vocal chain, or can you do whatever you want with it? Every voice is different. Every song is going to require maybe a different treatment of the vocal. If it's a very organic and quiet song, I'm not going to compress the shit out of the vocal, you know? I have a very default, like, whenever I'm in a session, literally, my chain for vocals is this SM7 going to a 1084, a BAE 1084 through maybe a distressor. And I'll use Autotune EFX. I don't monitor this, mind you. I use the UAD real-time Autotune to monitor if you know, we're tracking with Autotune on. But literally, my vocal chain is this all the time. It just stays at these two. It's easy. It's fast. I mean, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. That's all I ever do in sessions. If it's like a really aggro song, maybe I'll use 1176 and like control my attack and release, but that's it. That's like my vocal chain. And then usually I'll run that to a bus, and a lot of the times, like, wait, would it help if I actually got like an acapella or something? Aka. Okay, whatever. Whoa, guy. Sorry, it's trying to search through a terabyte of shit. What are these? These are just these are some old school acapellas.
Do you love me?
Cool. Video just got flagged. Anyways, I put OTT on my group, you know, like, and we're talking minimal. Like, look at these settings, like 25%, like 50% of 25%, you know, and I'll put a little Valhalla verb. Or actually, you know what I've been obsessed with recently is Supermassive. This is a really fun one. They should have like Black Friday deals now. I bet there's some good deals. But listen, this is it. This is my here in order. This is my vocal chain. It's really stupid. It's nothing. Well, whether I put the verb before or after the OTT will change depending on what I want to do. This order will change. But for the most part, that's it. It's not, you know, oh, and you know, when we get like down to the real nitty-gritty, I'm always gonna I need to get a vocal going on. I'll just use one of these, whatever. It'll get probably flagged and taken down. I don't care. Whatever. Just for example's sake, this is Diana Ross.
But now it's my turn. If I don't have all the answers, at least I know I'll take my share of chances.
So nowadays I've been putting obviously Soothe for all the little. I mean, this vocal is already obviously great, but I'm just.
But now
I'll search for, you know, the frequencies that are resonant and shitty, like 2/7.
I'll take my share of chances.
Put some Soothe. Funny enough, I usually use Soothe for some of the harsh stuff in the upper mids, and then I'll go to the Fab Filter de-esser. So I just like the way this one works. Soothe is great for de-essing too, obviously, but I just want my de-esser to de-ess, and then like with Soothe, I'm going for like other frequencies like body and stuff, and you know, I'll use the de-esser to like find the S's, like well, this vocal's not very bright, but you know.
All the answers.
So I'll put it the yes or after. So there, that will be my vocal chain. And, you know, any reverbs and shit, I'll usually like, wait, no, that's kind of dumb actually. Never mind. Anyways, that's it. Whatever. All right. That was a long, stupid question. Okay. What helped you become a better lyricist? Nothing. Still trying to figure that out. All right, let's go. Oh, wait. Did Steve text me? He did. Oh, shit. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, not a better lyricist. Okay, God, these are tough questions. Steve, why'd you give me the fucking hard ones, man? Damn it. All right. Let's, Oh, this one's nice. All right, let's do this one. Bada bing. Bada boom. Bada bing.
When, if ever, do you trust your logic more than your ear? After being a touring fun engineer for several years, I learned to trust my ears a lot more when producing, but still find myself doing some things based off principle.
This is interesting. And I had a discussion about this recently, but kind of not this exactly, but I was trying to figure out when I do things out of habit versus the song actually needing it. Like, how often do you double a vocal on a chorus just because you always double a vocal on a chorus? Like, does the chorus need it? Most of the time, yeah, maybe. But it's just the process of checking yourself and being like, wait, am I doing this out of habit or because the song needs it? Like, that kind of fucks with me a lot. So I guess that would be more on the logic side. Like, logically, you want your chorus to be bigger, maybe. Whether or not I trust my ears depends on how long I've been working on the song and how I feel. You know, I trust my ears for the first 20 minutes, for the first listen through. And I'll make sure I address all my notes for my first fresh listen through, because that's when I'm the freshest. That's when, like, the information isn't familiar. So, like, I can really notice when there's too much information being presented, or, you know, levels of things just seem so obvious when I listen to it with fresh ears. And it's like, well, that's too loud or that's too quiet. And, you know, so I'll trust my ears in the beginning. But when I've been working on a song for, you know, when we've been in a session for 8 hours and it's like, I don't know, like, I'll just leave it. Like, I won't trust my ears then. And that's when I'll rely on more habit and logic. But I think that therein lies some danger, like whether the song actually needs what I'm doing or not. So you got to know when to chill. Ooh, this is a good fucking question. Bada bing. Any tactical advice on how to, quote, find your sound? You know, people tell me I have a sound, but I don't know what my sound is. I can guess, like, maybe like intricate editing or something. But it's totally true. Like, I can hear a song and immediately know whether Skrillex produced it. If it sounds so fucking fantastic, I'm like, wow, this sounds like Skrillex. Or, like, I can tell, you know, I'm sure, like, yeah, like Flume, you know, some, but the difference is, like, I mean, not so much Skrillex, but, like, you know, Flume is a very specific, it's very obvious, you know, his style is so pronounced and obviously amazing. And, like, how do you find it though? I mean, I thought about this sometimes and I was thinking, like, you know, for a while, I noticed, you know, I was one of the few, like, in the pop game, or I don't know, in my circle of pop producers that I knew that was using Reason with Cubase, and Reason had Dr. Rex, and this is like before Ableton was even a thing, like, and you had the slice feature in a sampler. Like, the idea of taking a sample and designating hit points where it would translate to different keys was like kind of a new thing. And like that became like an identifying feature of some of my production, that people would be like, oh yeah, Ian, the guy that always does like the cut up stuff. And I was just echoing, you know, what I thought like, you know, the Square Pushers and Aphex Twins and Chemical Brothers were doing and stuff like that. But, you know, the point being, maybe you can get your identity from like a consistent technique that you like to do that isn't like a right or wrong or like the best way to get a vocal. It's just like a certain way you process your vocal. Like, you know, when you hear Tame Impala, you know it's Tame Impala, you know it's Kevin Parker, and it's like you hear little whispers like from interviews that he'll use like Devilock on his drum bus, and then it'll be like, oh, that is does sound like Devilock, you know, like I mean, I wonder if this is a good question, because I wonder if your sound comes from just the mix of your influences or whether you can actually like find it deliberately, you know, because I don't know if I necessarily went after my sound, because I don't really know, you know, I'm not like Flume, I'm not like an artist, you know, that needs an identity. I'm a producer, so I'm supposed to be a chameleon. But inside, I've been doing it so long now that like I have enough songs where I guess you could listen to it and identify some characteristics, but I don't know if I answered that well. I'm sorry. That's a fucking tough question. I want to come back to that because that's just kind of giving my brain a little bit of a twist. Ooh, here's a good one. Thank you, Steve, for sending me good questions, because the chat is just going too fast. I'm too slow. All right. Felt91 asks. Wait. Let's read it.
Hi, I've been co-writing for a while, and sometimes we have a good chorus and we hang on to the verse for too long and lost the feel. May I have any advice on how to write songs while keeping the vibe going?
Yes. Okay. Check out this fucking saying. I learned this from this fucking producer whose name I'm not going to say, because he was a real dick. He big time. Way back in the day. But he told me, he blew my fucking mind. He was a great producer. He blew my mind, and he goes, it's not your critique, it's the timing of your critique. And I was like, this guy's such an asshole, but what a brilliant fucking way to think of things. So this brings me to like the art of the writing session, right? So say you've got a hook and you're stuck on the fucking verse, right? Like you said, like, you know, or for example, if the song is starting with a verse, you know, we haven't written the hook yet. I don't like a word, or one of the words is, you know, one of the lines is like not as good as the rest, and we're like, fuck, let's just find something else for that. At this point now, I think there's an art to what you get stuck on, and you know, I don't have to worry about my OCD when I'm in a group, because it's not the same as a computer for me, so I can let go of things more easily in the interest of the bigger picture, which is, look, let's not dwell on this one word. Let's it's okay for now. So what my therapist, who I haven't seen in a while, and I really need to talk to, would tell me is like, you got to avoid all or nothing thinking. You have to learn to say it's okay for now. So it's like, yo, we've got this great hook. Let's just try to go for the second verse. Let's try to worry about some other part for now. Like, if you're getting hung up on stuff to the point where it ruins the rest of the song, obviously it's detrimental to get hung up on something like as trivial as that's going to end up being as trivial as one line in one part of one of the two verses, you know? It's a very small part of the song. Why get hung up there when there's the rest of the song to work on, you know? Like, and the reason I went back to that quote, it's not your critique, it's the timing of your critique, is because sometimes when I'm in a session and a song will get away from me, like the verse, I won't like a word or something, you know, and I won't stop the session and be like, hey, we got to fix that word. I'm going to keep a note in my mind, and because, you know, what if there's only 5 words written and I don't like one of them? That's going to kind of upset maybe someone, you know, the writer. And it's like, well, really, do you have any better ideas? And I'll be like, no, not at the moment, you know, or like what's the point in even bringing it up then? Like, I'll make a note of it, and then I'll say, oh, later on when there's an entire song, they're not going to be precious about 2 little words. It's like, I love all this. Let's try to fix that first verse. Let's go back to that first verse. Like, it's the art of the session, you know? It's not what I'm critiquing. It's when I'm deciding to critique it, you know? So that's my advice for that. Okay. This is a good question. Although we kind of talked about this the other day. Artist producers you listen to for inspirations. Besides the one I frequently work with. I don't really listen to the artists I work with for inspiration, but for references, yes. I've been listening a lot. I know I kind of went over this before, but this guy, Mikhail Crabbern, has been blowing my fucking mind lately. This fucking guy. Like, I always save songs that, like, oh, there's a new, shit, I thought I saved it. Like, Flume's playlist is incredible. Where is that shit? Flume's track IDs, yeah. So many amazing songs on here that are just so inspiring, and, like, you know, I'll listen to Flume stuff just to stretch my brain out. Skrillex. I'll go to fucking New Music Friday. I just listen and listen and listen. I'll go on Hype Machine. I'll try all things. But when I need like a reset, I'll listen to a bunch of Aphex Twin just to get my head back into like the high school days when I had like very raw creative vibes and no structure, no experience to like fuck with that creativity. It was just raw. So like I'll try to put myself in that headspace by listening to music I listened to back then. That helps. It's also funny to listen to. Well, it's another subject. Anyways, that's my advice. Okay. Let's see. Bada bing, bada boom. Jimmy right now asks,
if the verse and chorus are close to the same progression, how do you approach a bridge change that won't be too far left field?
isn't there like a bridge chord? Like there's like that place you always go for a bridge. That kind of helps sometimes.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Fuck. I thought I had a better answer for this. You know, here's a good idea. Here's what I would do. Don't worry too much about it now. Like if you've been working on it for a while and you're beating yourself up over it, do a couple options, but then choose when you listen fresh, because it's hard to tell when you've been in it for a bunch of hours. So that's the best answer, I think. I don't know. I'm sorry. What else we got? Oh, I love this question. Steve, this is such a good question. And it's from Steve. Steve asks. Speak it.
How do you find new music or keep a pulse on production?
Okay. I know we kind of just talked about this. I find new music by the same ways that most people do. Like I'll go on weird Spotify playlists like Pollen and stuff like that, and you know I'll learn about I was so late to the game on PC music and A.G. Cook and like weird. That's his name, right? A.G. Cook. Dude's incredible. Just like weird, strange. Oh yeah, isn't he on? Oh, I thought it was. Wait, yeah, this guy. He makes crazy shit. It's like PC music, whatever. Like I'll get obsessed with like a kind of music and I'll listen to a bunch of it, or Pollen. Let's see, Pollen. Obsessed with the Arctic Monkeys. My Shazams. Radiohead. Fuck. But here's the thing I really want to say about this, and I really believe this. When I started to feel the pressure of, you know, I'd had like one successful song, and then, you know, I was getting more attention and more sessions and stuff, and like I was starting to feel the pressure of like delivering, and the solution, and I'm sorry if this sounds like, you know, dumb or vague, but the solution for me was to make my relationship with my creativity a personal one. So I wasn't going to worry about what the trends were. You know, I'm listening to music and what's out there and maybe or maybe not being inspired by it, but I was going to make the journey my own. So I was only trying to top myself. You know, like I've done this before. Like, I want to try to do something different, or like, you know, basically I compete against myself, and that helps tune out a lot of the noise and expectations and stuff. And I think that if you think that way long enough, it leads you to this new kind of frame of thinking where there's less pressure and it's more like, what can I do that's interesting? And those kinds of ideas come easier. And you know, take it for what it's, you know, like I don't know if it really conveys the meaning enough to say like make your relationship with your creativity a personal one, but like that's my way of saying, don't try to figure out what's coming next. Like, be the one that decides it. Like, how cool would that be? And it was actually my really good friend, very talented producer, songwriter, Gian Stone, that way back in the day, like, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, he had just started working with Jason Evigan. And, you know, he was kind of like up and coming, like intern level, you know, he was just like a studio engineer. He was just like an assistant kind of thing. You know, he was just a great dude and had a lot of talent. And he was just, you know, to Gian, like, you know, Sam Martin, Jason Evigan, Sean Douglas, like we had this little like fun kind of 3 days together where we went to Jason's studio and just were like, all we kept asking was like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? We got to do the next thing. And we didn't come up with shit. We just had the worst. It was like 4 days. We didn't do anything. And I remember Gian telling me, like, that's so funny to hear you guys say that because I feel like you guys are the trendsetters. And that fucking changed my life, that shit. I was like, oh my God, like, you're right. Like, maybe what if I think of myself like I'm in the position to change? You know, what if I want to, maybe I can bring disco back, you know, maybe I can combine trap with like this, or like, whoa, wouldn't it be cool to do this, you know, like, and that, I think that it honestly, like him telling me that eventually led to the solution that I came up with for me, which is just making the relationship to my creativity a personal one and my own little journey, you know? So like, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's vague, but that's what I think. Great question, Steve. Shitty answer, but great question. Oh, this is a good one. Bada bing, bada boom. Copy, paste, speak.
How do you stay inspired working in the box so much? Do you ever just want to grab a hardware synth or something?
I came up in the box, so it's pretty much always been that way for me. But I mean, production-wise, it came up in the box. Obviously, I played drums, and yeah, sometimes it feels good to like sit down on the drum set. But I don't know. I just, as long as I have something that's not weighted keys, I can do it all on a little MIDI keyboard. All I need is a MIDI keyboard and my computer, and that's pretty fucking inspiring. But man, not to say, you know, I'm not dismissing that feeling though. I know what you're talking about. I know at Jason Evigan's studio, he has like a wall of synths. At Chromio's studio, they have a fucking room that's like all around just synths. And you just go up and want to touch them, and like you start playing little things, and you know, gosh, that is something. But I don't know. I'm just so used to working in the box that I'm pretty good on that end. But I would say though, what is fun to do is when you do have those moments where you just want to grab a hardware synth, it's like record everything. You know, just start recording, so at least you can capture that shit. Because sometimes, you know, that's when the ideas can start. So yeah, that's that. Wait, what? Interesting question. Do you ever regret making Don't Start Now? No. Why? I don't understand that question. Why would I regret it? Why? Am I missing why that's interesting? It's random. I don't know. No. Okay, here. Let's see. It's loud. Oh, here. This is a good question. And quick answer. I saw. Okay, so do you ever have a period in learning to produce where you looked at the waveform of your productions to see if it's loud? I always look at waveforms. It's like the best indicator for me of what's happening when I don't know what the fuck's going on. I can more readily know from looking at, a loop. Let's see. Whatever. I can tell the volume of things easily by visually by that, There is this great plugin that I pretty sure I saw Skrillex using. I wonder if I have it here. So, yeah. This plugin, does it work here? There we go. It's like, I'll put it on my master, like after my L2 and everything. Or, it depends on what I'm doing. But like, say for instance, I want to know the level of shit going into, hold on, let's just throw in some fucking loops really quick. This is important. Let's just put 3 random ass loops. And that's how you make a hit. There it is, right there. It's done. Cool, finito. Whatever. Okay. Cool. Let's make a little loop. Whatever. Bada bing, bada boom. Turn the volume down. So you see this what's it called? Smexoscope? Fuck is this thing called? Exoscope. Smexoscope? I don't know, exoscope, whatever. It shows you basically this is the waveform before it's hitting my mastering, right? And let's add a little copy. So now we can see before and after my mastering. I do use that a lot. I love using waveforms as indicators of volume, and to me that's it's almost easier to read this display than like one of those cool, fucking what are they called, span, this shit where it's all like complicated and like you can. Oh, you know what? Actually, there is this thing that I need to learn how to use, which I forgot the name of. It's a new thing on Cubase. What's it called? Other? It's called Other? I don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of like, like meter. No, level. Fuck, what's it called? Information or something? Format. I don't remember what it's called. Whatever. It's like something that shows you the analysis of analysis? Supervision! Booyah! Where are you? Yeah. Okay, so you can add a bunch of different types of, level, loudness, all these things that show you all this information. So I need to start learning how to use this because it's very useful, but I don't know how to read most of these things yet. So I'll use something like waveforms to tell me what's going on. So, yeah. All right. What did you do? 8 o'clock. What do you do when you have 4 to 5 hours and you know you should make music, but you don't feel like it? You mean like today? I think this stream answers your question, Dashy Mir. I do something else when I know I have a bunch of time and just... Oh, first I'll try and force it. I don't know, but yeah, no. All right. Oh, in-depth story. No in-depth story right now. It's just too long, too boring. I'll come back to that one. Oh, here's a good one. Ryan, back with the fire. Bada bang. I need to learn how to use this thing. There we go. No, I don't like that. Why do I care? Okay. Earlier you said you didn't know music theory. Yeah, I said it. How do you work on recording harmonies? By ear, man. By ear. I do have the ear. I do have the ear. And you can go on a piano and fucking there. Done. You can go on a piano and work out the thirds and stuff like that. But I mostly do it by ear. Can you explain your stemming process? Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Wait. Well, I don't know if actually this is super relevant to people that use Pro Tools because most process. That was the question. Hold on. Damn it. Copy. Paste. Can you explain your stemming process, what you send to a mixer? Okay. As you might know if you've watched my streams, I love to print my effects. Where the trouble, and you know, since a lot of people don't mix in Cubase, like Josh Goodwin mixes.
Pretty neat.
It is a pretty neat program. Josh Goodwin mixes in Pro Tools, so I'll send him stems. So I'll send him usually my effects separately, but where I'm sure it gets very annoying for him, or I hope he has an assistant do it. Like I'll send you know, my sidechain settings. I'll send the trigger track and I'll say this is to be muted, use as a send only, and
That's pretty neat.
is it? That one, that plus the settings for the C2, the Fab C2 that I use for sidechaining most of the time, or the preset of LFO tool that I'm triggering with MIDI. So then I'll actually send a MIDI file and I'll be like, hey, put LFO tool with this preset on this and let this MIDI file trigger it. It gets to be a kind of a hassle, but and just to make it really like an overall simple answer to that is, if there is an element like a reverb or something that I'm like, this is essential to the song. If there's an effect on a synth that I think is essential to the song, I'll print it with the effect. And if, you know, if it's something that I'm like totally has to be that way, like I won't give you the other option, you know, unless if someone asks, I'll be like, well, no, this is, you know, we should try to mix it with this because that would be good. But you know, when it comes to like I'm always wondering like how much I should process a vocal before I give it to Josh, because his vocal processing is going to be a lot cleaner and better. And so sometimes I'll give, you know, my process version plus a clean version, and I'll be like, you know, just try to do a better version of this. And if you don't like what you do, just use this one, like if you want, you know. And if Josh likes or Manny or Serban, you know, if they like the way I process the vocal, use it. Go ahead. Like, let me take that out of the equation for you in the mix. You know, I'd be glad because I like the way it sounds, and everyone that's heard it so far likes the way it sounds. Unless you think there's something I'm missing here, to which I default to the mixer. But like a lot of those, you know, I'll stem out the song the way I think it should be, and if anyone needs any more versions of something without effects, I'll deliver that too. I'm usually pretty easygoing about that shit. Okay. All right, let's do a few more. Ooh, God, these are hard. I have to think about this for a second, but I'm gonna put it here. Oh man.
The most important lesson you learned being a successful producer within the music industry nowadays. How do you get connections as an upcoming producer?
Ugh. Oh boy. You know, this is where I want to say things like the music's got to speak for itself, but networking these days is hard. I don't know enough about it to speak on it. I'm assuming it's Instagram, and I don't know. I think I have this theory that, like, you know, on that wave of the music speaking for itself, it's like if people are reacting to your shit, if people love your shit, then you're gonna grow in popularity. You know, like if you can it's not even like getting your shit sent to labels. It's making it easier for them to find you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, say you get you got a few thousand Instagram followers now, or you have a lot of people that follow your Twitch, or I don't know, whatever the fuck social media thing you're on. Like that's if I was an A&R, that's kind of more of the shit I would be looking at. You know, that would help me be certain about my decision about your music. Like, oh, this is good music, but I wonder, you know, why, like, I mean, maybe there's a good reason, but I wonder why they're not more popping on social media, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I think that's kind of my position on that. The most important lesson you learned, well, besides actually the critique thing, 1 second. Oh, okay. Sorry, My mom texted me. I have to make sure we're cool. Okay. Besides it's not your critique, it's when you critique. That was a really important thing I learned that I think helped me. Oh God, did I just forget what I was going to say? Oh, yeah. Look, I think that there's a stage that, this is my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. In my opinion, there's a stage that a lot of producers will go through where you either, like, I remember I used to be kind of, poo-poo about pop music. I was like, oh, I listen to more sophisticated music. I listen to the Aphex Twin. Never heard of him? That's right, because you are a lesser musically sophisticated individual than I am. I used to be kind of fucking the little hipsters, I liked it before it was cool kind of thing. And I think that if you actually like want to do pop music, you have to like recognize that, pop is like, I used to hate on it. And then after I didn't get a cut for a couple years, I was like, fuck, man, this is a lot harder than I thought it was. It's the only reason it's called pop is because it's just popular music. It's music, a song that everyone likes. So it's considered pop music now. So for me, it was kind of a lesson in like humbling myself and taking ego out of the equation and being more like, I feel like, I'll hear a song today. It's actually even more relevant now in my career. At 38 years old, I'll hear a song and I won't understand. I'll be like, wow, why do all the kids fucking love this? Like, I'm pretty good now at listening to a song and being like, I recognize what is helping this become so popular. So like, you have to figure out how to fall in love with pop. You have to like understand, you can't, like, it's to me, it's the hardest, most, I mean, it's not fucking jazz, obviously. When I'm going to say it's very complex. It's not like music theory-wise complex, obviously, but it's like, think of it. These are songs that like millions of people love and want to listen to over and over. Like, there's so many fucking variables. It's like, and you have to try to figure out and then admire pop music for those things. And then, like, fuck, I don't know. I guess it's, a lot of people either get up to they can't learn how to fall in love with pop music, and or they don't recognize why it's so popular, and like their ego gets in the way. So trying to separate your ego, I think, just to put it all together, trying to separate your ego from the music you're trying to make, and recognizing not one genre of music is not superior to another, and like, people that like shit on pop music or just say, I don't listen to the fucking radio. It's like, I automatically know, like, okay, you're not interested in becoming, or possibly even influencing the zeitgeist or what is popular music, because you don't even give it time yourself, or you just talk shit about it. So like, what's the use? I don't think you're going to be a successful producer, pop music producer. Okay. There's a quick one. Do you EQ sounds as you go along, or do you just leave it and move on? Well, OCD makes me want to... Actually, I got to put this in the thing. It's a good question. Because, I'll... Whoops. Copy the whole thing, you cunt. There you go. Do you EQ sounds as you go along, or do you just leave it and move on? And... EQ, compress, like basically, do I do mixy things, or do I just leave it and move on? I will do as many mixy things as I can really fast. And if there's something that totally bothers me, I will do it right there and then, because if I'm in a session, I want to make sure that it sounds as good as it can in the room, to keep the inspiration going, So I'll be pretty finely tuned to like what could possibly suck about this that I need to change right now. But most of the time, OCD works its way in, and I'll fuck around and spend 40 minutes on a hi-hat, and then I'll get pissed and realize I didn't get anything done, and then end up just deleting everything. So yeah, I do a lot of mixing in real time as we go. Too difficult. Any hard or soft synths that are a must-have? Okay, this is a good one. Let's go through some synths. because obviously we're going to talk about Razor. Any hard or soft synths that are must-have? I think Razor is a must-have. And let me sell you on it for a second. It's in Reactor. Okay? Let me just show you why I love Razor. I don't love it for the presets. I have since made all my own like Sick Dick and Sick Dick 1. Sick Dick is a copyright Jason Evigan phrase. Anyways, I love Razor for this. Most of the like sub bass, like it gives you the most control for bass that is not of the live sort, right? Like little things like a spectral clip, which is spectrally clipping the low end, which is like a harmonic way of EQ. I don't know, maybe. Anyways, I love like now I'm getting more harmonics and less, sub. Like I love having control over harmonics because if I just want sub, I'm just sub now, and I'll these are like the slides. Like, it's the cleanest, it's the most control I can have over my bass. And if I want a little more sound, like if it's I can't hear shit, I want maybe more like harmonic. Whatever. Like, I love this because like on the pre-chorus of Don't Start Now, like, or actually on most of the song in the drop, a sub bass is underneath the Scarby bass. So like I'm supplementing the bass, the live bass, with a very transparent, just pure, well, this is too loud, but like a pure sub. Like something like this. You can't really, if you're listening on an iPhone or something, you can't hear this. But I'll complement the live bass with like a sub bass, It's just good it's really good for bass. And also, like, listen to these fucking sounds. Like, these are crazy sounds, yo. And the way like the way it treats pitch shifting, like it like listen to this shit. This shit's fire. Listen how it treats like the low end. Sounds like a motor. Like, that's incredible. And then the synthesized reverb. What? It's incredible. It's incredible. All these little things too, the unison, the way, and also the way that you can modulate. Like, I'm holding this. I'm moving this whole thing, which is my envelope, right? I could get lost in this for hours. I don't even know what half of these do, but I know they do, but I don't know how they do it. Whatever. Anyways, I fucking love Razor, and I think that's like one of the most must-have guys, especially if you really want control over. You remember in fucking New Rules, in the all the bass slides, like, you ain't getting over him, like all that, it's all this guy doing this. It's just that. I remember a lot of people asking me that question, like, what is the bass? How did you do that? I'm like, it's fucking Razor, man. It's just like, and say I wanted it to open up a little bit when it goes back down. Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? So I'm going to put the modulation wheel here as a little this. So then maybe like, or no, wait, the pitch. Sorry. Pitch bend. Oh, wrong way. You schmuck. I want it to go, right? Like, fucking, are you kidding me? I imagined it and I made it happen. Oh shit. I fucking love Razor. Holy shit. Native Instruments just killed it. Killed it with this synth. It's so fucking wonderful. I'm getting emotional. All right, enough about Razor, Ian. Calm yourself. Okay, let's do a couple more. Do you separate your work from sound design sessions? Ooh, interesting question. Do I have a good answer, though? Do I have an interesting answer? Oh, fuck yeah. Let's fucking do this one. Okay. I hope I don't crash Cubase trying to show you guys this because it's the fucking sickest shit ever. Although it is a kind of a pricey plugin, but my favorite fun creative plugins, definitely, believe it or not, Melodyne for pulling shit apart. Like Melodyne Studio. So like you can take like a random loop or something, and then actually let's put LFO tool on it. Fuck it. Whatever. We're just gonna fuck around for 1 second. Check it out. I'll tell you like what I love doing. So I just put LFO and Devlock. This should be the other way around. Sorry. Whatever. Okay. Now I'm gonna throw this into Melodyne and see what happens. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe it'll try to do monophonic. That's not gonna work. So let's do polyphonic sustain. And okay, so obviously it looks fucking nuts. Why'd I put LFO tool on this? Stupid. Hold on. Let me turn the volume down. It's a little loud. Okay. So. Weird. Like, we're already somewhere fucking crazy, right? Like, all these weird little... I don't even know what I'm doing. Whatever. Anyways, I love Melodyne for fucking up loops like that. Also, there's a really fun plugin called Pitch Map. That is like maybe the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm going to try to do it really quickly and explain to you why this is so fucking crazy. And I'm going to need a MIDI track because we're going to send MIDI to this. And I'll be sending what Scalar's doing. So Scalar's going to send. You're going to get the input of Scalar's output. And the output is going to be pitch map. Okay. So here's what pitch map does. Well, it does a lot of things, and this is the only thing that I use it for. This is the only thing that I know how to use it for at the moment. It's so fucking hard to explain. It's literally it's like your, let me just get a fucking guitar loop or something. So, what's something I like rated? Oh, perfect. So this is a guitar loop. The original is, actually, let's not use Scalar. Let's use my MIDI input for now. So, what it's gonna do is wait. Is my keyboard camera working? Okay, check this shit out. What it's gonna do is, oh my god, am I missing something? Hold on a second. Yeah, I bought it full price. By the way, it fucking sucked. It was like, wait, it went on sale for $100. Dude, I paid $250 for it. But honestly, when I saw what it did, I was like, I'm going to use this, and I have, and I think it's paid for itself. But here's what it does. In this guitar loop, it will listen to the MIDI I'm playing and then pull the polyphony of the loop. It's almost like Melodyne's DNA in real time. So I'm going to play, here, I got to use another synth so you can hear the notes. So like, watch. changing the I don't know. It's changing the loop from this. Wait, let me put it on. Oh, it's triplets. Hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna duck this for fun, so we can actually have some fun. Just a little bit of fun. What was that? DF2? Made to measure? Whatever, let me just sidechain this super quick. All right, it's really loud. But anyways, here, check it out. So now I want to say, for instance, my progression of my song is, let's get something higher.
That's pretty neat.
Thanks. I'm seriously just gonna fucking bullshit a little. Okay, whatever. So I just played that bullshit. Which is... Oh, wait, you know what? I started doing this another way. I never use lanes. I gotta start using lanes. It's so much better than the way I was doing it before. All right, whatever. We have a... Okay, come on. Okay. So... Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. It's a it's a 3-bar loop. Hold on. Right. Okay. Just shut up, okay? This is for example's sake. Wait, why isn't that? No, that's not. Hold on. Oh, right, I'm in triplets. Sorry. No, I'm not. Am I? Whatever. So, anyways, now that's my loop. That's my shitty loop. Whatever. That's embarrassing. But now I'm gonna also put that MIDI. Wait, let's close our lanes here. I'm gonna put that MIDI going to pitch map too. Right? Whoa. So it's changing the loop. Right? And like... What's so weird about it is like... This is where it being like fun / creative plugins, like I love using chaos to try to find order, right? So like, I'll just... take that, for instance, and just see what happens. And if I transpose that, it'll latch on to different notes. It's so weird. So like, you can just throw in random loops. This is why I love pitch maps, because I'll just like... I'll be like, what would, like, I have no idea what would happen with that random Chad Hugo loop. Like, that's so weird. I mean, anyways. Whoa. Voodoo magic. It does, right? It feels like voodoo magic. So pitch map. Oh, thank you. Yes, Steve, we can. And thank you. How do you... G Studios. I feel like I know you from Instagram. All right, let's see. Copy. Dun, 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 dun. G Studios asks, how do you know when the stuff you're making is too weird? How do you find the balance between something new and something familiar? I I feel like that's answered and actually there's like a video of a Q&A thing that someone edited together from a rambling where I talk about this thing called Anchors of Familiarity. Check that out. Steve, I feel like you know where that is. Steve will tell you where that is. But it's on just look Q&A in Kirkpatrick and look for Anchors of Familiarity because I do it better then. I wasn't as high. All right. Hold on, let me see this. This is a oh my god, how embarrassing. Oh jeez. Oh. Chug jug. Where are you? Oh, too big there. How do you know when the stuff you're making is too weird? How do you find the balance? Whatever. We did that. Here's a new one. G Studios, I do know you from Instagram, bro. If you have a good song, do you adjust it to a particular style you would like at that particular time? Or do you let the song define the style of production? You know what? I thought that was a question I could answer. Do you adjust it to a particular style? It's always, yeah, I mean, you always start heading towards a particular style. But I'm not just going to make, like, Don't Start Now was just like so super disco when we first did it. And it was like, it can't just be a disco song. It's got to have some new shit in it. How can I do that? So when writing, it's usually pretty strictly the reference or closest to the reference. I'll worry about making it more original afterwards. So it depends on the stage and the kind of song, obviously, but for the most part, if what's is happening in the room, and I talk about all these things with respect to writing the songs in the sessions, because that's just what my experience is nowadays, is mostly that. At the time of the session, though, I will just, as long as the room is happy and we can focus on finishing the actual song, then I'll go dive in and try to mix little styles and elements of, stuff later. All right. Okay. All right. I think that's a pretty good little 2-hour stream, 2-hour Q&A. I hope there were some things answered. We laughed, we cried. What's going on in the Discord? Hey. What's up? No one's talking on the Discord right now. So that's a giraffe. Didn't get to use my big nah thing. Okay, that's something. Let's see.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, you know what? Oh, Star Wars kid. Oh no, we're not doing this. Okay. All right, I think that's gonna be it, guys. We lived, we laughed, we loved. I'll hit the Discord. Come hang in the Discord. I usually hang in there during the day when I'm working. I will be there tomorrow. Working. I have a lot of work to do. I'm working on a schedule, okay? So I know the streams are not just gonna be like every now and then. I have to, I do the whole I'm not a streaming producer. I'm a producer that streams spiel, which is true. And because I don't monetize any of this, so and it's my pleasure. Like I love to talk to. I know, I love to talk to people and I love to talk about it because I learn too. So since I say that a lot and like okay, I say like I stream when I can stream, but I think that looking in retrospect, I feel like I'm copping out, and I feel like a great fucking producer would make the time and be consistent and do at least that for the people that are nice enough to pay attention and watch and learn and who are interested. So, Steve and Vadim and I, mostly Steve and Vadim, are going to help me figure out how we can more regularly do this and schedule stuff, and I just have to stick to it because that's what a good producer would do. A good producer wouldn't be a little bitch and be like, oh, like I'm not going to fucking do that. So, consistency, it's coming. I'll end by saying that. All right, love you guys.